Hey HOBY, it's me Austin, and I'm so excited today to sit down with you guys and start this application process again. But before we get started, I just want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to each and every one of you for an amazing seminar and giving me the opportunity to sit down with you guys again today to start this again. One more note before we jump right into it. I kind of want to say sorry for getting this video out to you guys so late. I've been putting a lot of countless hours into the creation of one of my biggest passion projects yet. And it was really important to me that I kind of get this all out to you guys as kind of the big grand reveal through this application, because each and every one of you has made such an impact on me and given me the ability to realize my passions and follow that and have the confidence to turn my dream into reality. So we'll get to that later in the video, but for now, let's just jump right into it. And this is my 2025 HOBY JSAF application. Hope you enjoy. Being able to return to HOBY, but now from a different perspective, was undoubtedly life-changing and full of learning opportunities. While working alongside my fellow staff members, I experienced immeasurable growth in leadership, thus making the question of choosing only one personal success impossible and always falling short of the true impact HOBY has had on me. Yet I believe one huge success I had this seminar was the HOBY culture that me and my senior facilitator created for our group. First, I knew I had to create relationships or connections before any of my ambassadors could feel comfortable to engage or open up. I took this as an opportunity to lead by example and laying the groundwork for an amazing environment to build upon. I was able to step back towards the end and pass the facilitating torch to my ambassadors. The conversation was no longer centered around me, but the ambassadors opening up and having the connections. I've come to find that the job of a junior facilitator is not to always be the one talking, but to be able to sit back in the conversation and allow the ambassadors to express themselves. I believe establishing this environment full of the HOBY magic was my personal success this seminar. Though as I continued to reflect on my experience, I noticed a personal failure, and I was challenged with it on early. And it wasn't my terrible sleep schedule or lack thereof, but it was my struggle with imposter syndrome. This behavior originated from the fear of losing HOBY in my life. I was inside my head at the beginning of the seminar and felt like I wasn't doing a good enough job to be reconsidered to come back. And I was wondering why I wasn't able to connect with HOBY, or more importantly, my group. But then I realized I needed to make a perspective switch. I realized I was not there to relive HOBY as an ambassador, but I was here to live as a junior facilitator. I realized that I had to make sure that the legacy, impact, and magic was passed down to my ambassadors. This perspective switch was necessary for me with HOBY, but also for my life. This personal failure was such a learning experience that I'm blessed to have, because I have now learned to live in the present and allow for tomorrow to take its time. The world of the music and the arts have always acted as mirrors for myself. They've helped me to reflect on the current state of my character and tone of my personality. So to narrow the question to one song choice has truly been a daunting task. And I wanted to challenge myself even further to expand beyond my comfort artist of Noah Kahan. And I was able to find myself in musical pieces such as Find Your People by Drew Holcomb or Feels Like Home by Camp. But when it came to myself as a whole, they just fell short. Therefore, I found myself in the results of my personality test as a blue within You're Gonna Go Far by Noah Kahan featuring Brandon Carlisle. And I've grown so much with Noah Kahan, and after receiving warm fuzzies and being referred to from ambassadors as the Noah Kahan t-shirt guy, it just felt right. And the reasoning behind this decision came down to it serves as a reminder that regardless of the changing of seasons, it's okay to seek revival and absorb it. And as my blue personality would portray, the song captures the vitality of personal experiences, caring for others, and loving others. It focused on receiving support from others, but also giving that. And this song allows for self-discovery that needs to grow, and allows you to take steps away from the security of your comfort zone. And as the lyrics state, it takes a strong hand and a sound mind to step from the creaking floors of the past and onto the new journey. HOBY has allowed me to grow and go far, and to hear the new songs of new birds and new places, knowing that I'm striving to go far. As my time with HOBY and other leadership responsibilities continue to grow, I have learned numerous skills along the way. And as I continue to assess my leadership personally, I'm able to find skills of communication, emotional intelligence, altruism, and alongside that, a burning passion to make a difference in the lives around me. And I have reflected that I have found that I rely on my strengths to achieve my personal leadership goal of creating a productive environment that encourages positive personal and organizational growth. My skills of communication and insightfulness allow me to push beyond the superficiality of the mind and the heart to uncover those deeper passions and truths of the people around me. And by having emotional intelligence, I'm able to have those difficult conversations to push myself and alongside others outside of their comfort zones and into those growth zones. And these skills were utilized during our group time in order to help me and my senior facilitator to create a safe space for our ambassadors to experience the personal growth through the impact of our conversations. And since I began to look more critically inward, I cannot say I've been proud of all that I have found, but I understood and noticed how my strengths and characteristics can easily turn into challenges if gone unregulated. Though I have come to believe that my challenges are just as important to my leadership growth as my skills are. And the one that I'm faced with the most is my proneness to burnout. Similar to a kid at a buffet, I was putting too much on my plate, and it was leading me down the path of inevitable burnout, or in his case, a stomachache. But through this process of continuing to assess, I am grateful because it allows me to better regulate my passions and energy into the people and organizations that make my heart beat. And I have been able to continue to live in this present because now I can focus that energy into one project at a time. And this allows for less burnout and shrinks that shadow of perfectionism over my life. And looking inward and discovering the importance of understanding my strengths and how they can turn into challenges leads to self-growth. And I've grown to capitalize on my strengths, but most importantly, reforming my challenges into learning tools. You may be wondering what's behind me, but I'm proud to say this is my first completed service project. With the newfound confidence and voice that HOBY has given me, I decided to pursue my passion for the arts. And I realized that I can create and showcase something that would change the lives of my community. I desired to promote unity in my school and deepen our sense of culture. In the design phase, I made it a main point to create a design that people would be able to find a piece of themselves in. And this would lead to a sense of belonging in their community. I got my passion and idea approved by the school board, and then I began. So if I had to create a HOBY service project, I would create a community mural that is not painted by one singular person, but an entire community seeking to create a change. This past seminar as a junior facilitator showed me more than just positivity and personal growth. This experience allowed me to grow and find my heartbeat. So that is why I desire to return as a junior facilitator, because now I have experience to teach from that this past seminar has given me. I want to be able to give the same impact that I did this seminar and the impact that my junior facilitator did for me, my ambassador year. Though through consideration of my application and skills, you see myself as a program manager, I am more than willing to be flexible with the impact that I have on future ambassadors. I believe a person's time and energy are more valuable than any currency, and I stand before you today and confidently say, I will give my all to what makes my heart beat, and that is HOBY Kansas. And following that perspective switch from my ambassador to facilitator, I was able to not just feel the electric energy, but I was able to see it. And that stems from the HOBY environment. I was able to witness the creation of a complex woven chain that is HOBY. Every person in that ballroom was a link to the chain, and each chain had a support system. And at the end of the day, that is why I desire to continue to utilize my skills and energy towards HOBY. My heart now beats to empower future leaders of the world, but most importantly, I hope to continue to work towards guiding future ambassadors to use their voice to speak up for those who have been silenced, because that is the legacy I wish to be a part of. As I have mentioned before, I have found myself overbeared in activities and organizations, but now I see HOBY as my top priority, and I am actively working to instill every aspect of HOBY into every project I touch. And if I'm rehired, I will sign HOBY a check for all of my time and energy. As I look towards my future, I wish more than anything that I am still involved with HOBY. HOBY is a constant in my life and provides me with such joy. In an ideal position, I would be the director of junior staff. I've had a great experience with Lexi and Grant as my staff directors. They embody everything HOBY teaches and promotes, and I'm inspired to return in hopes to make a significant impact on future ambassadors, just as they did for me. This concludes my 2025 Junior Facilitator application, so I just want to say again, thank you for giving me the time and the consideration out of your day, and I hope that it was worth the wait to see my service project. I can't wait to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.